You do not need to spend too much time searching through a large data just for a piece of information. That's what VLOOKUP helps you do in seconds. And VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. That is, looks through the column. Column is vertical. It is one of the most important Excel skills that is a must know, must have, because it is used in real office jobs from admin work, accounting to data analysis. If you know how to use VLOOKUP, you can work faster, reduce mistakes, and handle data with so much confidence. If you're new here, welcome. This is my lesson 12 in my free, I said it, free Excel for beginner series. As a matter of fact, we are now in the intermediate level. So congratulations if you have been following up till now. And today I will show you how to use VLOOKUP step by step in the simplest way possible. Let's go. We are going to jump right into it. Now we want to look for Mary score here. This is Mary here. And we're going to be looking for it automatically without having to scroll. I know you'll be wondering, what's there to scroll? This data set is just tiny. Now, this is just tutorial, right? I want to make sure that I don't teach you with an overwhelming large data set. The idea here is for you to understand, right? So that is why I created this tiny, data set for you to see clearly the screen, for you to understand the concept, for you to explore and practice, right? If you can do this on this small data set, then you can do it on a large data set. That's the whole idea. Because in some organizations, or when you see some data set online, you will see that you have like 10,000 records of data. You can have 20,000, you can have 5,000. Now start from somewhere, which is this little data set we're going to work with, right? So now we want to use VLOOKUP to automatically search for a particular record. Now, while I will be explaining that and showing you the formula to use, this right here, look out for it. This is VLOOKUP structure. So as I'm explaining and trying to find the record of Mary here, also be looking at this one while I explain. So now I want to come here to say equal to. Don't forget, when it comes to Excel, if you don't start with equal to, you might end up in problem, right? The problem I mean here is that you won't be able to get any results. So if you are doing any calculation, you start with equal to. So equal to, remember, you don't have to cram anything. You just know that if you want to look up a data, you use VLOOKUP. We also have XLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. Now, remember I told us that VLOOKUP is vertical, right? That means we want to look for data using column. All this you're going to understand. So immediately you just say equal to V to give you different options like where you can pick from. Since you already know that we're trying to use VLOOKUP, you click on VLOOKUP, and then it will automatically, put it in your cell. Then it's asking us for something, lookup value. When you come here, what does lookup value say? Lookup value says that what you are searching for. Remember when I started, I said we want to look for Mary's score, right? Now, Mary is our identifier, right? She's through Mary, we're going to be able to see our score, right? So if you before you get results in your school, you must enroll as a student. We must identify you as a person, as a student. So our lookup value is Mary. So see, Mary is A3. Then you see that once we are entering the value, it's currently, this particular lookup value is currently bold, which means we are currently in that section. So now the next thing we want to do is our comma. Now it means that we're done with the lookup value here. This is now the bold one. It's saying table array. Now, table array means where to search, right? Now, for the sake of everyone, we're going to make it so simple. Now, this table array, it means our entire table. I come here and it's saying where, okay, fine. It's Mary we want to search for a score. Okay, fine. Where am I going to get it? You just highlight everything from name to department to salary, right? We have fully highlighted this and then we say a comma. Now, after typing comma, this is saying column index number. Our column index number is what to return. Now, that is where VLOOKUP is unique. Remember, we said VLOOKUP is vertical lookup, and I emphasize that it is searching through the column. So now, this is name. Name is A, department is B, salary is C. But we are going to count numerically, right? So name is 1, department is 2, and salary is 3. Yeah, we're trying to not Mary's score, but Mary's salary. I'm sorry about that. We're trying to look for Mary's score. So now what do you tell Excel? You say, okay, Mary's score is under column C, which is the third one. So what you do is 3, right? Then you type a comma. So it's asking you that, do you want approximate match or exact match? In this case, you want it to bring back the exact match, which is, you can type it 0 or you can type this. It means false, or 0 means you want exact match. I'm sure you'll be wondering, what's the difference between exact and approximate match? Now, exact match is find the exact figure you find. So in another scenario where we are working with range, right, that is where the, I think, estimate, let me see again, I kind of missed yeah, approximate match would be like, let's say we have a range, let's say we are trying to get the age range of a particular class, where we say from 2 to 10, from 10 to 20, and we attribute a particular a comment, right? So when you use approximate match, it will also scan through, oh, what's the range that we are talking about, to 21. So it's an approximation, right? That is the case scenario for using approximate match. Now what we are talking about here is we want exact match, and then we do an equal to. Now here, Mary's score is giving us 4,500. We're also going to, let me do cell referencing. That is it, okay? So now, I'm going to do cell referencing. We say equal to VLOOKUP. And then for our cell referencing, what is Mary's cell address? Mary's is in column A, row 3. So we say A3, comma. Our table array is the entire table. So in this case, we can do it in 2 ways. One is either we go back to save our time to highlight everything, or we do something called name range. But I'm going to be teaching us name range in our next video, right? So I'm going to do a comma. So the column index number will remain our 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we do 3. And then remember, I told us exact match is what we are looking for, and our exact match is 0 as well. So I'm also teaching us the other side of, just clicking. And then we do an enter. So 4, 5. Now, the common mistakes that can happen while doing this are wrong column number, not using false, and our lookup value not in the first column. Yes. So if our column number is not in the first column, it will not work, right? So that's why we have different kind of functions that you can use to search in Excel. I mentioned HLOOKUP. Even we have index and match as well, but I'm not going to overwhelm us with different functions, and we are taking it one step at a time. I'm sure you'll be wondering that if I am doing it like this, one after the other, what's the point? Now, it is not for you to find one record at a time. Let's say you have 20,000 records and your director or your manager needs just about 20 out of the 20,000 records of data, right? You don't search it one after the other. You just create another table, right? And just have the name of these people, and then automatically once you find one, you'll be able to find the rest. Now, what I want us to do now is take a screenshot of this table, right? I have a task force. Yeah, our practice challenge is here. Create this table. Make sure that you have screenshot this, right? So after that, see, when you create this table, it makes your data entry skill solid. So though I'm not giving you this data set today because it's a very small data set, I also want to encourage us to enter data. It helps our entry skill. So I want you to look for David and Linda's salary using VLOOKUP. David and Linda salary using VLOOKUP. Now that you can search and retrieve data instantly in Excel with one of the most powerful skills used in office work and data analysis, go ahead to explore and practice with more data sets. In the next lesson, we'll take this even further and make your lookups more flexible and error-proof. Keep practicing. You're now working with real Excel tools, and I'm going to see you in my lesson 13.